Hey, 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 happy Tuesday with Tamika. Thank you guys for joining me for yet another episode of Tuesday with Tamika, where y'all already know what it is. We believe in lifting as we climb, turning those trials into treasures, living a life to inspire and not impress, opening up and allowing God to fully restore us and loving as if we've never been hurt. I feel like a praise dancer right now, doing all the signs, all the things. If you are not watching us on YouTube, make sure you go over to YouTube and watch us. For those of you that are listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other ways you listen to your podcast, what's up, y'all? Happy August to all my beautiful listeners. Listen, we made it. We made it to month 8, okay? 2025 was 2025ing, okay? But we made it to month 8. And you already know 8 is the number of new beginnings. I am so excited. But this month is also all about alignment. I am declaring August to be the month of alignment. Yep, alignment over assignments, because to run a full speed ahead with our to run full speed ahead with our goals, with our missions, with our vision, you have to be in alignment. If you're ready to launch that book, that podcast, start that new relationship, start your healing journey, whatever the opportunity is, you have to ask yourself, not Mama Nim, not Pastor Nim, not anybody, but you have to ask yourself, am I aligned for this? Listen, I'm super excited about this solo cast. I am excited to share with you guys a book that I listened to not once, but twice. And I want to tell you how I got into it. So, me and my husband, we went to this lunch with our pastor. Shout out Bishop Tony Dunn, New Day Christian Fellowship. You know what? Listen, I wasn't even planning on this, but I am going to link the church in the show note. If you are in the IE, if you are in California in the Inland Empire, come visit us at New Day Christian Fellowship, where we believe like, and so, I mean, this church is on the move, you guys. And I am super excited to be a member, to be a minister in training. Did I say that out loud? Oh, oh, oh. So shout out to my pastor, Bishop Tony Dunn. So we're in the middle of lunch. He likes to just sit with his members. Like that is something. First of all, this man has over 68 churches nationwide, worldwide. Like I'm talking about in parts of the country that I don't even know how to pronounce. Okay. He's all over the globe and he still likes to sit with his members and to just do check-ins to see where we're at, to making sure that we're in alignment. And actually, the word for the church this year is alignment. So we're having our lunch, we're talking, and he begins to, first of all, he asked me and my husband, what's our like big why? Like, why do we want to do the things? Why are we pursuing the things that we're doing? I can't remember the term he used. I think he called it the bag or something like that, like big, audacious goals. That's probably not right, but I like that. I like that. He said he called it something like that. And so we begin to tell him, and he casually drops a line from this book called Overcoming Your Shadow Mission. And listen, if you know anything about Coach Tamika, I'm like, wait a minute, say what? I love me a good quote and I love me a good book. And so I was like, wait, what? Pulled out my phone right away. I go to Audible and I download the book. I actually put the download to the book, the link for you to download it in the show notes. I pull out my phone and I'm like, oh, wow, this is dope because it's only like an hour and 10 minutes. Like literally it is. So he's telling us like it's a short book. It's old. I don't know if you could find it. I couldn't find it on Amazon. I'm pretty sure if you do a detailed search, you can. But I'm an Audible girl listener. Listen, with 8 kids, a whole husband, and several businesses, I have to listen to the knowledge that I'm retaining. And side note, If you're a part of my community, you know that I believe that reading is a healing modality. We heal when we begin to listen, like read, and we begin to take in new information. This is how we write our mind. This is how we rewrite our brain. And not only is it a healing modality, it is a building modality. This is how we build our businesses. There are several quotes that say, like when people read, they make more money. And, I ain't got no fancy quote for that right now, but it is a true thing. So I downloaded and immediately me and my husband were headed, I think, to my dad's house. It was actually Father's Day weekend. And my husband, listen, I'm the driver in the family because we all know women drive better. But that's not here or there. I'm not here to start no fights today on this good Tuesday. But I'm the driver, so we're headed to my dad's house. My husband falls asleep immediately every time he's in the passenger seat. And so I pop on the book and I'm like, say what? Say, huh? I'm listening to it. It's amazing. And not only did I listen to this book once, but I listened to it twice. It felt like God had exposed that book in front of me so I can get rid of some things I didn't even know I was still carrying, y'all. I didn't even know that I was dealing with some stuff. And like I said, don't worry. I put the link in for the book in the show notes. But let's get into this. So the premise of this book. So today's title of the I feel like right now right now, y'all, I feel like a preacher. Y'all know how when they like go on and they start doing and you like, okay, but what's the text, sir? Like what where we reading? Where we going? I feel like I just did that to y'all. So, the title of today's episode and what we're going to be talking about is alignment and overcoming your shadow mission. So, let's get into it. What is a shadow mission? A shadow, and I'm going to read this to you guys. A shadow mission is basically the thing that looks like your purpose, but it's really rooted in your pain. Shall we read that again? A shadow mission is basically the thing that looks like your purpose, but it's really rooted in your pain. It's your fake assignment. Huh? It's your fake assignment that the enemy convinces you to run after because you haven't really done your healing work. Oh, oh, don't you turn this off. Lean in, get into this. For some of us, it shows up as the need to prove ourselves, so that people pleasing, overworking, controlling everything, isolating, playing small, or even chasing other people's platforms that God never gave you to pursue. I could hear my community manager, Tasha, saying, wait a minute, sis, slow down because that's good. So let me slow it all the way down. Your shadow mission, it's sneaky and it'll have you building things that God never gave you the blueprint to build. Huh? It'll have you starting relationships, launching brands from a place of fear and not freedom. All week, all of my clients have been talking about freedom. The reason why freedom feels so far and so hard to obtain is because of our shadow mission. This is so good, you guys. This is so good. This is so good. Okay, go ahead before I get into like the bulk of this book and really breaking it down cuz y'all going to love this. Click those little three dots. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen to your podcast, click those three little dots or that little arrow and send this to three of your homegirls. Send this to your sister, send this to your mom, send this to your cousin, send this over because it's about to get good. If you are watching on YouTube, first of all, hey girl, hey. hey friend, hey for my men that are watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I want you to click that little arrow. Listen, it costs $0.99, not even 99. It costs 0.00. It costs nothing to share, like, comment, and subscribe. So go ahead and send this over on YouTube. I want y'all to send this to like 10 people. Just be like, listen, You need to listen to this. You need to listen to this. Okay. So Esther, the book identifies our shadow mission using Esther, Queen Esther in the Bible. So if you did not know, which I'm pretty sure you know, but if you are not familiar with the story of Esther, she was an orphan. And so it opens up with Esther that became queen, orphan Esther that became queen. Let's look at Esther for a second. Before she came queen, Esther was a girl who was abandoned and was an orphan. Her name wasn't even Esther. Did y'all know that? That was her Persian name. Esther is her Persian name. Her Hebrew name is Hadashi. That is the name that was given to her at birth. And it was actually her mom's name. Esther was named after her mom, but both her mom and her dad died. We don't know how they died. We don't know what happened. All we know is that she was adopted so that she could survive. Like there was all kind of stuff going on in the country that her and her family were from. And in order to survive, she had to change her name. So she couldn't go by her Hebrew name because I guess it was like too it's like Tamika, right? When I write Tamika on a job application, when I write Tamika, when filling out a form, anything, y'all don't think that they know that Tamika is this beautiful brown woman? Y'all don't think they know, right? So y'all don't think that they would have known that Hadashi was a Hebrew woman. Her name was unique to her culture, just like Tamika is unique to my culture. Okay, my beautiful black, brown, African American, whatever you guys want to call it. I love my culture. I love who I am. And actually, my culture is more Christian than it is black, but we ain't gonna go there today. All right. So she had to change her name, her voice, and her identity to survive. So here she is with this pain of her past. Her parents have passed away. Now she's adopted. Now she's abandoned. We don't know how old she was, but we do know that her cousin, uncle, however you translate it in the Hebrew and Greek, adopts her. So she gets adopted. She has to change her name. She has to change her identity. And she stayed in survival mode. Gosh, that's so good. If you taking notes, write this down. If you ain't taking notes, write this down. Oftentimes, God takes us out of situations and we're still in survival mode, even though there's no crisis at hand, even though there's no reason for us to feel like we are in survival mode, we're still in survival mode. And that's literally where Esther was at. If she had to help, if she was holding up a banner that said orphan spirit, it would say Esther orphan spirit. She literally had to let go of that orphan spirit or she would have missed her assignment. Her shadow mission would have said, now listen, I want you guys to see this very clearly. Esther's shadow mission would have said, just look pretty and stay quiet. How many of the pretty girl rocks out here, how many of the TWT sisters that are beautiful and you feel like your mission is just to post cute pictures on social media? You feel like your mission is just to, poke it out, do your duck lips, look beautiful, and not talk about hard things, not talk about the things that make, like, move people into position, that move people into their calling, that move people into their purpose. That's what Esther's shadow mission was. But God gave her her real mission to deliver a whole nation from destruction. Now, y'all know the story. Here she is. She's been elected to be queen literally because of her beauty. Literally because of her beauty, she was elected to be queen. But God said, yeah, I'm going to use that for my glory. Side note, did you guys know that the book of Esther, there's no mention of God? This is the only book of the Bible that the word God, the name God, none of God's surnames, none of those are in the Bible. But the whole story is literally about God. Esther is a type, I think it's called a type shadow of God. Like, so God is using her story to talk about how he delivers people. There's so many like um I don't even know what the words are, but there's so many ways that God is like, okay, 3 days you deliver them, right? When did Jesus went on the cross and 3 days later he rose again, right? So there's so many things. So here's the kicker when it comes to Esther. She could only follow her true mission and release her shadow mission because she had someone in her life to call her higher. Her Mordecai. Mordecai was like, no, sis, no, baby cousin, no, niecey poo. You are called for more. Who is your Mordecai? Who is pushing you and telling you, no, you are called for more? You're more than a mom. You're more than a wife. You're more than a therapist. You're more than a coach. You're more than a speaker. You're more than a beautiful woman. You are more than a daughter. You are called for more. We all have to have Mordecais in our life that help us break free from our shadow mission. I want you to identify your Mordecai. Identify your Mordecai, reach out to them and let them know that you appreciate the push. You appreciate the push, okay? Because Mordecai's job was literally to push Esther into her mission. All right, let me pause right there and let's talk about the woman listening, you, who knows that she is chasing the wrong thing, or she's tired of doing all the things but still seeing no fruit. You're posting, you're doing all the trends that they're telling you to get the algorithm to post your videos. You have the book in your Google Drive, but you have not been ready to publish. You have the ideas for the podcast. Your chat GPT is jumping, but you are not doing anything. Sis, I see you. And I created the Becoming Her membership just for you. Because perhaps, just perhaps, for some of you, I am your Mordecai. I am supposed to push you into your next level. I am supposed to push you into your God given business, brand, and life. So this is in our Becoming Her membership. This is where we do the inner work to heal our old stories, to elevate our mindsets, our money beliefs, and restore our relationships with ourselves, God, and others. In August, I have a special offer for women who aren't quite ready to start their business, but they know that they need to heal so they can overcome their shadow mission. Click the link in the show notes, and you can take this quick survey to see if the Becoming Her membership is right for you, or you could find your perfect starting point in your healing journey. I have a very special offer, and don't forget, y'all. Don't be playing me. Don't be leaving me out here on red. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Tamika_Thomas_ and DM me to see if I'm a right fit for you. We could do listen, it goes down in the DM. We could talk in the DMs. I would love to guide you. Okay, back to this Mordecai factor. Okay, so y'all, everybody needs a Mordecai. Someone who impresses the crown, but who is not impressed by your crown, but is invested in your calling. What they say? Clock it. Someone that's not impressed with your crown, but they are invested in your calling. Someone who can see beyond your cute Instagram vision and say, girl, this ain't it. Get back in position. If you've been trying to stay in alignment on your own, no wonder it's been hard. Alignment requires accountability. Yeah. Alignment requires accountability. Ask yourself, who is the person in my life that reminds me of the promises on my life? Who calls me out and calls me higher? And if you don't have that person, maybe, just maybe, God sent you to this podcast because I may be your Mordecai at this moment. I may be the person that God wants you to connect with to push you into your calling. All right. Solo cast, solo casts are sweet and short and just straight to the point and something to just set the stage for this month because we have some fire interviews all month long. I'm super excited to bring you guys some very, very powerful people. And if you have not listened to some of our past episodes, we have had some, listen, we have had some straight superstars, okay? We had a guy that was from Telemundo and he did all kind of other work on last month. The return home. Oh my God, that podcast was super powerful. We also had the stage production crew for The Chosen on. We've just had some really quality people. So you guys make sure you go. If you're new to Healing and Becoming and you're like, I kind of like this girl and maybe she is my Mordecai. I want you to go back and listen to some of the episodes. If you are not offended or turned off by I don't know what's going on with my mouth today because maybe I can't get a word out. I cannot get a word out. But if that don't bother you, make sure you go listen to the other episodes and share with someone else. So let me leave you with this. This month, don't focus so much on chasing the next thing. Chase alignment. Check in with your habits, with your heart, and with your healing. Check in with your habits, your heart, and your healing. Ask God, is this for me or is this my shadow? If it's time to release it, release it. Oh my God, my clients, I have had them do so much releasing work this month because, baby, yes, August is the month of new beginning and alignment, but in order to receive what God has for you, you have to already release. If it's time to realign, baby, realign. Remember, God can only bless the real version of you, not the one you perform to be. So, sis, rest, recalibrate, reconnect. This month of alignment, and you will be exactly where you need to be. I pray that this solo cast blessed you. I pray that you get in divine alignment. And I pray that you be, do, and have everything that God has called you to be. Overcome that shadow mission, sis. Get into alignment. We need you. The world needs the special gift that only you have. Until next week. Bye bye.